Red alert!
This Earth of yours will be reduced to a burned-out cinder.
Real wrath of God type stuff. Biblical.
No, not yet.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
I came here to give you these facts.
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
We're going to live on. Today, we celebrate.
Flabbergasted by the Audacity.
Welcome to Flabbergasted by Audacity, Season 3? Are we Season 3 now?
We don't do seasons.
We don't do seasons here? We just do episodes.
Doesn't apply after all this time.
Well, welcome to the first 2026 version of Flabbergasted by Audacity. I'm Jamal.
And I'm Patrick.
And stop the presses, because I know, I'm not sure how much time you have. This is going to be one of those like episodes where I think we have to do like a shit ton of like rapid fire, because there's been a lot that's been going on. But the biggest news for me is François fucking Lego has resigned as premier. Made my Wednesday. I saw it this morning on the Gazette that he resigned as premier, and I love how he goes, for the good of Quebec and for the good of the province. I was like, fuck yeah.
He said that?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, he
about
said
himself?
It's like, for the good
That's
of Quebec.
wild.
Yeah, imagine. I mean, he said, being the premier of the Quebec was my greatest honor. We've done so much good. I was like, yeah, you've done nothing but bad, but sure, buddy.
But after saying how great I am, for the good of Quebec, I'm resigning. Like, wait, what?
Basically, right? So he's resigning. He will stay on as premier until the elections are done, but he's not running. It's very similar to Trudeau, if you think about it, because he, like, until like this point, like even like during like the Christmas break, like they were saying like, they go, like, you know, the CAC are really low in the polls, and he's like, no, like, I'm gonna stay on, like, I'm gonna run, because he founded the party. You know, I think that's why it took a lot for him to do it. Like, he founded this party in his fucking living room. You know, like, the CAC didn't exist 10 years ago. That didn't even exist. He was the one who made it. Like, he built it from the ground up. And if you think about it, that's pretty impressive to build your own party from the ground up and then win in 2 elections. That's not bad. Yeah, that's a pretty quick turnaround. And also a very quick decline, because as of right now, I think they said if they held the election today, they would have 0 seats. They would not win a single seat. So I think he was just trying to save his party. I don't think anyone can really do better, to be honest. I really think this is a 2-way race between the Parti Québécois and the Liberal Party. I think it's really, they're the only 2 that can really do anything at this point. But I read that this Wednesday, and I was like, I said to myself, you know what? Maybe today's gonna be a good day. It's a good start. A good start to my day.
And it was all downhill from there.
Exactly right. We're only in January now. From here on out, it's all downhill. But enough about everyone else. I want to talk about us. How was your Christmas? How was your New Year's?
Christmas was probably like one of the best in the last few years. I was pretty happy
That's
with how
great.
it went.
Okay.
You know, it's like a classic trope at this point. Things just don't go according to plan.
Yeah.
I've decided to let that go.
Okay.
So when shit doesn't
fair.
work out the way you want it to, you just roll
You're
with
like
it.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that was
Okay.
the best thing I could have done, because like, as per usual, my sister loves to ruin everything. I was like, all right, go to your room. So then she went to her room, and we didn't see her for the rest of the day. I was like, wow, this is great. This is great. I love it. Wonderful. She made my mom cry, and I'm like, nah, you go in your room. You don't make our mother cry on Christmas, so go the fuck to your room.
It's crazy how, now I guess being in a relationship and hearing about this, like, this is very common, that like the family gets together and someone's having an argument and someone's crying. And I think about that and I'm going, man, I'm fucking lucky, because when I used to have like my Christmas dinners at my nana's house, there was none of that. You know, like, there was really loud talking because we're all Italian, but there was never like actual yelling at each other, you know. So I thought that was I didn't realize how bad it was for like a lot of families, this whole
Well, I think
Dinner thing.
I think every family has a well, not every family apparently according to you, but most families have the one bad egg, you know. So.
For sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, like,
But no,
like for example, my girlfriend and her family, like, that's one of her cousins is the bad egg. She's like always late to everything. When I mean late, she lives like 10 minutes away from like where my girlfriend lives, and we're like we tell her like, listen, like be there for like 5:30. She still lives at 6:45. Like how? And then she's like, the aunt was like text her like, hey, like are you on the way? She's like, yeah, like I'm leaving soon. Describe leaving soon if you're gonna get there an hour and 15 minutes later. Like that's not leaving soon. Like that's like, I don't know. I found it disrespectful when like you want to be 15 minutes late. Like okay, fine, maybe you ran into traffic or whatever. But it's like an hour and 15 minutes later, and you expect us to wait to eat with you? Like you're crazy.
Yeah, that's another one of those things where if I plan anything, I just assume people are gonna be late.
Yeah, but it's like it's like I don't. Again, I think it's a matter of respect though for like that person. Like if I'm gonna be late. I mean, I'll probably would text you and be like, hey, by the way, I'm running late, whatever. And, like, if I know that I'm going to be like an hour late, like, listen, don't wait for me to eat. Do what you got to do. I'll get there when I get there. It's fine.
Dude, my favorite, this happened, a few months ago now, but my girlfriend and I had Justin and his girlfriend over for a dinner, right? Them coming from Ottawa.
Yeah.
Justin shot me a ETA, right? And I'm like, okay. Knowing Justin's probably an hour later than that. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So we get like dinner ready and all that for them, and they ended up showing up about 2.5 hours late, or something like that. And
I'm done.
And that's a little excessive even for Justin. So I texted him during.
Yeah.
He's like, it'll be like 30 minutes. Like okay, whatever. It took another hour after that, and I was, and they finally show up.
Guys running on.
They finally show up, and oh my god, Melissa gets hangry so easily. So she's like getting pissed, and I'm like, it's Justin. He always does this. He's like, I don't care. I'm fucking starving. I'm like, you're not starving. If you were starving, you'd be eating this table. The best part. I told her, I guarantee you, it's his girlfriend's fault. And then they show up. And I'm like, so she made you pull over, didn't she? And he's like, yep, she had to go to the bathroom and get some McDonald's. I'm like, fuck.
From what?
Some McDonald's, like a drink or something.
McDonald's? I'm done.
I was like, I fucking knew it.
Yeah. I mean, Justin was running on ultra blind time. That's crazy. Hour, that 30 minutes is an hour. Like, blind time's like 10 minutes max. Yeah. But, well, hey, I'm happy that at least it went well. Yeah. And then your New Year's was good too? Oh,
New Year's was kind of funny because I thought I worked New Year's Eve, but it just turns out I read the schedule wrong before I left work the week before.
Okay.
And so, my girlfriend planned the whole thing with her family, and then I'm like, it turns out I'm off. She's like, oh, just come with me. I'm like, ah.
Aww. I actually no, I am working.
All of a sudden, but no, it actually turned out great. It actually turned out great. It's one of those things I didn't want to go, and then ended up being excellent. Like we had a great time.
Oh, okay.
And it was a lot of fun.
Okay, I'm curious because see, I've been with French girls, I've been with English people. What did you watch for New Year's Eve?
Watch the Bye Bye and all that.
Bye Bye. Okay, so you watched the French one. Okay. Yeah. But I never had watched it until I was with one of my exes. It's pretty funny. They do have some funny skits in there. I will admit, some of them are pretty good. I remember when I was with my ex, we watched. That was when Desjardins had that whole fraud.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Where, like,
that was like 5 or 6 years ago.
but the skit like holds in my memory because it's so fucking funny. Because like the guy's like, hey, like I want to take out like $10,000. They're like, okay, we'd like to see some ID. He just pulls the ID. It's a fucking woman, like it's a guy with a beard, and the ID is a woman with like ponytails. He goes, checks out. Here you go. And I was like, that's pretty fucking funny. Right. I like that. That's pretty good. But
it's funny because I the first time I watched it, was years ago at this point, and so my French wasn't quite as good, but somehow for some reason it was the funniest one, and I feel like every year now it gets kind of less funny in my opinion. Yeah. That even this one this year, like I enjoyed watching it with the family and all that, so that was great.
Yeah.
But I just the countdown snuck up so hard out of nowhere because it came up after a commercial break, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What, already? I feel like you just started."
Yeah, no, it was quick. It was definitely quick for sure.
Yeah, but it was a good time.
That's good.
Good time.
Yeah. No, it was good for Christmas was good. My girlfriend pulled a sneaky on me and got me the Switch 2, the second Switch.
Ooh.
So I've been playing that.
Gonna enjoy your 2 games.
I've been enjoying those 2 games a shit ton.
What are they? What games are they?
Kirby Air Ride, and there's like the GameCube expansion where you get to play like all like the old GameCube games that I never owned when I was a
Okay, that's
kid.
pretty cool. I like when they do that.
Yeah, and they have the Game Boy Advance, so there are games I'm discovering that I'd never played before, which is pretty fun. So I've been playing a lot of that. But Christmas was good, man. I gotta say, it was really fun on my dad's side. We did like a whole like karaoke night. That was really fun. And then
I feel like I would never. I would not want to do a karaoke night with people who sing professionally.
Well, see, this is what they did for us, and it was smart.
They
Me and my
nerfed
dad
you?
could not sing. Yeah, they nerfed us.
They gave you a
Me and
broken
my
mic.
dad, no, not that. But basically, me and dad cannot sing a song that we already do in the show.
That's
So
fair.
to do
That's fair. I like
songs
that.
were not in the show, which was good. And then what we also did was we did like there's like a randomizer on like YouTube where you can just put like random karaoke songs. So we get songs that like there are some songs I was like I don't even know how the melody goes in this song, which was good because we looked fucking terrible. So it worked out very well. It was very fun. We had a good time. And then on my girlfriend's side, it was nice. I mean, it was better than what I thought it was gonna be, to be honest. And then on my mom's side, we had to do it a week on the 1st of January. Funny enough, because my mom was still kind of sick, and my uncle had a surgery. And you can't be sick when you go to the hospital for a surgery.
Yeah.
So to avoid anything, it was a shoulder replacement. Jesus Christ, shoulder replacement surgery. So it's a pretty fucking major surgery. And he's good. Everything went well.
Yeah, that reminds me. I think I saw your post on Facebook. That looked fancy as fuck. I was like, Jesus Christ, Jamal. What is
Which
this?
one?
I don't. It was like I swear it looked like the big house on the plantation. Like it was so clean inside. There was china.
The big house on the plantation. Oh, the one with Vicky, where it's like we have like all like the whole family and the food and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
She
got
is
servants in
really
this place?
I wish. No, like my dad's wife, like she is the queen when it comes to like presentation. Like she goes all out for that. Like she likes to show off the family, which is fine, it's whatever. But
I couldn't even
very,
look
like,
at the family. I was looking at the surroundings and the setup.
Yeah, no, like when my dad was single and I was at his place in an apartment in Chevier, yeah, there was none of this shit at all. Like when Christmas came around, we were lucky there was a tree. We didn't fucking care. We were 2 men. We think you give a fucking shit? Hell,
Dad, can we have a tree? I didn't have a tree. I never had a tree when I was 5.
Yeah.
You get what I give
fuck
you.
it. Yeah. No. But honestly, me and my dad are like that. Like me and my dad, like for as long as I can remember, even when it came to like gifts, we never even wrapped. You know what? I don't know how to wrap a gift.
Really?
It's one of the skills I just never developed. Because when me and my dad were younger, we just give the gift. We're like, here you go.
That's so sad.
You know what though? It's simple. I don't know. For me, it's like
the simplicity is nice, but like I don't know. Part
I
of
guess
it
I
for
don't
me
know.
is like you get
Yeah.
the box and you like get a moment to guess what it is, and then you
This is
open
true.
it and you're like, oh, and it's like it's like a surprise, right?
Well, when I was a kid, I mean, I fucking loved it, you know, ripping up the presents and stuff like that. But I guess now, I don't know, me and my dad have always done that.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. Now, I don't wrap. What I just do is I'll put it in a bag and I'll put, like, the paper on top. That's, like, my way of doing gifts. But,
The
but yeah.
paper on top. You mean the ticket or
Yeah,
the
like, you know,
the bow?
Not the bow, but you know when you put, like, it's like the really, like, thin paper that you put at the top to, like, cover it up. And they pull it, and then the
Oh,
gift's in
okay,
there.
yeah, you like fuck do you
I
call
can't
it?
remember the name of it right
There's a
now.
name
Yeah,
for it.
exactly.
Yeah, well, yeah, you put it in a bag. You put the paper on the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the lazy way.
Yeah,
Super
exactly.
effective. That's what
Exactly.
That's what you start wrapping first, and then when you get annoyed or tired, you start bagging shit and just stuffing the top.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, so no, it was good. New Year's was fun too. We were at the Montreal Casino. It was a very big show. You know, a lot of people. It was a nice moment. You know, I always feel like New Year's is can be a very emotional time. I feel it's like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like you kind of like try and let go of whatever happened that year. You try and move on into a new year and try and be
Whoa,
a better
Mr.
person.
Negative. That's only if your year was shit. If it was okay.
This is true. If your year was good, then you know
Was your
I'm
year
hoping
bad,
that
Jamal? It sounds like it was bad.
well, I wouldn't say it was bad, but I'm not a millionaire yet, so it's not great. No, but it's like you know.
Nah, you're doing all right. You got a new car.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't buy a new car when
Okay.
you're not doing good.
Yeah. But it's more. I think it's more for. I think in the general public, in the general mind, it's like one of those things where it's a good way to reset, and try, you know, to do better in the next year. You know, I'm not one of the people who make the resolutions because I think a lot of people are unrealistic with the resolutions, but I do think it's a good way to have a clean slate and try and start fresh, whether that be a goal or a job or something, or a relationship and stuff like that.
It is important to have goals, and I think the new year always incentivizes people to kind of go further with that in a way, you know. Because if you just look going through the year with like through the motions, nothing's gonna change, right? But the change of the year, it's like an incentive to make a change.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's pretty good. I didn't make any.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
But I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm perfect.
I'm okay.
Everyone else needs to change. Not me.
I'm happy you agree.
Yeah. But yeah. So let's try and do like a quick rapid fire of what's been going on. Let's not spend more than like 15-20 minutes per topic, and then we'll be here until fucking tomorrow if we try and go through everything in details.
I think absolutely number one, Jamal, the great meme reset.
The great meme reset is pretty nice. Honestly, I think we need it.
It's already dead,
that we're
Jamal.
kind of going
It's
back.
already dead.
I hope that we can revive it. I don't know. I mean, I've been on and off, like between Reddit and TikTok, where it's like I feel like the memes are getting a little bit better. I feel like they're a little bit more tasteful than what they were in the past.
The fucking most recent one was like mid-December, the 6-7. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
It's like just stick with saying mid.
Yeah, that one I can agree with. That was a bad take.
See, stuff like that is like why we needed the meme reset, and it was very nice because I kept seeing ones that like it's been a decade, I swear, since I've seen them last, and I was like, that was nice. It gave me a bit of nostalgia for a second. Yeah.
But we have that. Let's try and get into the bigger numbers. So we can't avoid them much longer. But the boy in orange downstairs, playing
The boy
Risk.
is orange, okay?
The boy is orange. The boy is orange. Playing Risk right now, basically with the world. He rolled a natural. I think Venezuela just rolled ones, and then he kept rolling sixes.
Dude, I don't care who you are. You gotta admit that's impressive as fuck.
It was quick.
Yeah.
How fast he moved on that.
They did it in a night, and supposedly it was like 50 soldiers total.
Yeah, it was quick. It was in and out. It was in and out. He found that shit like that. Boom.
And the memes, wonderful.
But the memes were hilarious.
I remember the first picture I saw. I thought it was Dr. Disrespect. The glasses.
Yeah, I saw him. I was like, why did they have Dr. Disrespect in handcuffs? I'm like, what did he do now on Twitch? I was very confused.
God damn it, Doc! What'd you do this time?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm all for, getting rid of corrupt political people. But when also the person who does it has been convicted of crimes, it's a little bit weird. I don't quite understand how one person can. Then it's almost like, oh well, we're both corrupt, so I'm just gonna take you with me and put you in New York City. I don't know. I just find it a little bit strange. I think what's also a little strange is how basically no one did anything. They're like, oh my god, it's so terrible. Okay, let's do something about it. No.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, the whole world's like, oh my god, this is so bad that, you know, that you went in there, took the president, all this stuff, and then I was like, okay, so then do something about it.
Well, supposedly the
the world
Venezuelans are very happy about it.
Supposedly. I mean,
Supposedly.
I get, again, he is corrupt. I was reading up on the president of Venezuela that he's done some pretty corrupt things, so I'm like, you know what, fine. I forgot, and I know the person that he put in charge, I think it's a woman, and like, she knows Trump or was appointed by Trump or something like that. So, okay. The oil, we'll see, because I think it has to be cleansed or something, right, for it to be used?
Cleansed?
Something like that?
You mean like processed?
Process, sorry.
Okay, I was like, what?
I think it has to be
This oil is
processed, right?
corrupted. It needs to be cleansed
Yeah, it's
biblically.
Well, it's in Venezuela, you know, it's corrupted. But I think it has to be like processed. It takes a lot of money for that to be processed.
You know,
from
I
what
have to
heard.
say, Jamal, when I heard it was Venezuela, I immediately thought, I know of Venezuela.
Where is Venezuela?
Where is
Yeah.
Venezuela?
Yeah, well, I almost failed geography in high school, so to be honest with you,
I passed and I
Not
can't
much,
remember
right.
where the fuck it is.
it's like at the very top of South America on the corner.
Okay. See, I wasn't
You know.
sure if it was even over there. I was like, maybe
You know,
it's near
it's in
Italy
South
for all I
America.
know.
No. It's in South America. Again, I didn't read too much into it because I didn't really care. I don't know, something about it. I was
Really?
like, he's corrupt. They're both corrupt. He got him. He's in jail. New lady's in charge. They're still alive. There's no more bombs. They all pulled away. I guess we're okay with this.
Well, that's why I was so interested in it, because of the operation itself. I was like, that might be the cleanest op ever publicly displayed.
Yeah, because there wasn't a whole lot of death from what I heard. Like,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They snuck in.
damage.
They snuck in, and
Yeah.
supposedly the Venezuelan airspace detection system was like old school. So the
Yeah, so
U.S.
they
just
never saw
knocked
it.
that out, and they had no idea they were coming.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's very, very primitive over there. But the bigger subject at hand is what's going on with Trump and Greenland, because this is a bit more interesting, right? Because of NATO. So I'm not sure if you heard, today was the day that the people from Denmark met with the American representatives, and which we I think all saw coming, that Denmark said basically, fuck no, it's not gonna fucking happen. Now, does Trump take it by force is an interesting question, because if that is the case, then basically he has to fight all of NATO. Can he beat all of NATO? Most likely. I don't see him losing, because you look at it, NATO's most powerful ally is America. So then if you go against your most powerful ally, first of all, my favorite was that France said, we're gonna come help. I said, guys, if France is coming to help you, just surrender.
Dude,
Just straight up
they
call it
can't
dead.
even keep their capital like clean and
No,
empty of people.
France can't win. France has, how many times has France won a war? They've surrendered every time in like 5 minutes. They're like, okay, bye.
You know, it's crazy
Look.
because you always hear about how like the French give up super easily, right? But then
Yeah,
when some law comes up they don't like, they all protest and they overturn the
yeah,
law.
like
remember,
heavy.
remember that speed
Heavy.
limit law that
Yeah.
they overturned in like a
Yeah.
day?
Yeah, heavy.
when it comes to
Law
wars-
oh, no. A war
Yeah.
will surrender in 5 minutes. You shoot one guy, okay, you win. We're sorry.
Where's my
Germany
baguette?
went to go, yeah, Germany said they'll help. Germany, give them props. They had
Yeah,
Hitler.
I'd be afraid of Germany, to be honest. After
Yeah.
their track
I'd be afraid of
record.
Germany.
Dude, they
Yeah,
tried to
so
take over
Germany
the
said-
world twice. And the
Exactly.
second time,
Exactly.
they were pretty damn close.
Exactly. So Germany gonna go help Denmark. That's pretty good. You got the UK. They're not too bad. Canada said they would help. What the fuck are we gonna send? Snowballs?
That's
I don't fucking
retarded.
know.
Why the fuck would Canada help?
Because we're a part of NATO.
Oh, so like obligated
have
to
to
say
respond.
that.
Yeah, we're obligated. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
100%.
because like
We're obligated.
I can see like Canada being like, yeah, we'll help, but by the way, we're not really gonna help because we know you border us and can fucking wipe us out in a millisecond.
So that's why I'm like, I think as much as Trump is an asshole, he's not stupid. So I don't see him. I think he's trying to bluff that he would go with the military, but I don't think he will go with the military. This is my point of view. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe the guy who does do the military. I know why he wants to go. He claims it about the defense. It's more the minerals. What I found funny was I read an article that Greenland, for 250 years, have been trying to get America to invest in the rare minerals on Greenland. So the people they want to work with the United States, which I find funny. So I'm like, then what's the issue?
Well,
they want to work.
Yeah, if it's been that long, why did all the previous?
I don't know. This is what I find weird.
That's true.
I don't know, because they said, again, this is an article that I read. Is the article telling lies? There's a very good chance. But the article says that for 250 years they've been trying to get America to invest in the rare minerals on Greenland, to the point where they warned America and said that they would have to side with China because of the lack of interest. And China does have a port or a drill or something set up, but has basically have not been used because of I think they said environmental or safety concerns, because Greenland's mostly just empty. So I think it was something to do with that. But it's like, if that's the case, and I'm pretty sure Trump would want those minerals, why not just talk to those companies and set the base up and call it a day? You don't have to make Denmark American. You could Greenland American. You could just get the minerals.
Well, I think the difference is like between renting and owning, right?
Yeah, but it's like at the end of the day, like why? Like
why? He's a businessman, and he loves the deal. So
yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like it's been this way for so long. Why all of a sudden now do you want Greenland to be American? I don't get it. And again, I think it's one of those things where it's like it's unnecessary. Yeah, I would want you to set up your base and bolster your defenses in Greenland if that's a place where it makes it harder for China and Russia. Fine. Mm-hmm. But to make it American is stupid, I think. It doesn't make a lot of sense, at least in my eyes.
Well, it's interesting to think, because those three powerhouses, you got Russia, the US, and China, those are the biggest ones in the world, right? And they're all kind of gunning for what I would assume is superiority, or like total coverage of the world, right? So I can just imagine, like, in the distant future, assuming there's no cataclysmic event that just ends humanity, that at some point the Earth is just going to be called China or America, like, because they just finally overswept the rest of it,
China. I don't think we'll ever get to that point. I think there's always going to be some sort of resilience here and there. Like, Well,
I'm just thinking of, like, when you play Risk, how do you win the game?
Yeah.
You cover the world.
No, you take over, for sure. No, I get it. But then at the same time, it's like, you make alliances with people, do you not? At some point, and maybe you just kind of run it.
And then you fuck them over. That's how you play Risk, Jamal.
Yeah, this is true. This is how you play Risk, but I don't think it's going to escalate to that point. I think if anything...
Well, that's the thing, because you can't do a sweep anymore, like in a World War II, right? Where you just slowly work your way out. Now you have to do it more covert. You can't be outright with it, because otherwise social media, it just tells the whole world, they're assholes. Don't go along with it. So all your games, they don't really work, and you have to play the long con. And it seems like China is very good at that sort of thing.
Oh yeah,
making the whole world reliant on them.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a power move, and they did it slowly and over time.
Yeah, so I mean, again, I think even if I think, needless to say, I think this would only happen way after Trump is done with his term.
The deal?
If this were to happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I at least that's my take on it. We'll see, because they only talk about it today, so we don't know what the hell's gonna happen tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But and the last thing I want to talk about, I know we're gonna fight on this one for sure, is ICE, right? So I'm not sure if you heard. Did you hear about what happened?
I did. And
God forbid I remember what state it was in, but
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
The only reason I heard about it was because my girlfriend, who works with some immigrants who are legal,
Okay.
They were talking to her about it, but she's not very political, so she didn't get into it. And so she comes in like, oh, it's awful what ICE is doing. They shot this innocent woman, and I'm like, I'm gonna stop you right there. Are you 100% sure she was innocent? And he's like, well, I didn't do any research. Like, you gotta do research, because what happens is people see whatever their bubble shows them on TikTok, and they just roll with it. They don't deep dive or anything. So naturally, the next day I'm at work and I'm kind of bored. I look it up. The bitch tried to run over an ICE agent. He shot her in self-defense. It's on video. And even her partner's outside the car telling, run him over, baby, run him over. And it's like, so, yeah, no, she's not innocent. I'm sorry.
I saw a lot of angles. I saw a lot of angles of it, too. I knew that if I were to come in here with no research, I would get flamed. So I did my own research. I checked the videos. Now, there is one view of it where it does look like she's trying to run him over. There is one view. There's a lot of other views where it does not seem to be the case. For me, regardless of the fact of this one case, what I'm saying is I went to go online and I was checking the recruitment process for ICE, right? If you wanted to be an agent for ICE. It is stupidly easy to get it. I even went on Reddit.
Wait,
and
Jamal,
there was people.
Jamal, are you about to tell me you're an ICE agent now?
I'm joining ICE. You know, and basically it's stupidly easy to get it. And I even went on Reddit and read people who have applied, because it says on the ICE website a rigorous physical and I think a physical and IQ or intelligence test. The guy who did it, he said, I failed high school and I passed the test.
I thought you were going to say, I'm fat and retarded and I passed.
Well, and he's also overweight. The guy said, I'm 225 pounds. He goes, I can barely run. And I failed high school and I passed the test. And I'm making more money than, God, how much money he was making. He didn't get the exact statistics for whatever reason. But you get like a signing bonus of like 10K. I think it's like 10K if you sign up for ICE. Wow. What I'm saying is that if the woman wanted to run him over or not will be up to discussion until the end of time. Because like I said, I saw some angles where it didn't look like she was trying to run him over, for what I could tell. What I am saying is the power trip, not all, I'm only saying some. Because I think with any job there's always going to be some bad apples. But I think there are some who have taken this job and are power tripping the shit out of it. Because I'm seeing some white Americans who have claimed to be American getting physically assaulted for doing nothing, for just walking in the street, and people, ICE agents are grabbing them and throwing them on the floor and punching them in the face without even asking a question. And that's the part where I'm going, this doesn't work anymore. This is not the way to be. And to be frank, you're never going to have a country where illegal immigrants are not going to be able to enter your country 100%. You can limit it for sure.
Yeah,
but 100%.
That's the thing, though, Jamal. Like, this shouldn't be a thing in the first place. The problem is that the last administration let in 10 million plus people. That's the problem.
Yes, I understand that. Now, to remove them, good luck, because the way that you're doing it makes no sense. It doesn't work this way. It doesn't work that you have average Americans now having the power to wield a weapon of mass destruction and go in the street and just hit people.
You're referring to guns as weapons of mass destruction?
It could be, if you have enough of guns, yeah.
Nah, well, I don't know, because you said that, I'm like, wait, they can have nukes?
Well, no.
You just buy a nuke at the local Walmart.
The Walmart can have free nukes, please. There's some people I want to kill, but it's just a matter of the fact that you're giving average Americans the power to weld weapons, where they can pick and choose who they might feel with the slight suspicion that you're illegal. And to be honest, there's some people where I'm going, I'm sorry, but the fat white lady who looks like she has McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, do you really think she's not supposed to be in America? I'm pretty sure that she's supposed to be American, from what I can tell. Because she's wearing pajamas outside on a Tuesday.
Yeah, well, that's like, that's a clip. Well, that's in a lot of clips I keep seeing. Is it's a lot of overweight white people who have nothing better to do. They're protesting, and what they're doing is they're antagonizing ICE, like yelling at them, hitting their cars and whatnot. And I have to say, I can't be an ICE agent because if someone fucking does that to me, I'm not gonna power trip. I'll just knock you the fuck over. Like, get the fuck out of the way. Because can you imagine doing a job like that? You're just constantly being yelled at in your face, and you're just trying to work.
Yeah, but Patrick, there's got to be a better way to be doing this because
there is robots.
For that, you know what? I'll take the robots because at this point, it doesn't make any sense because it's not doing anything. Because the way that I'm looking at it, I'm going, if ICE was done in a bit more of a proper way and it was rolled out properly, I felt it was rushed. I felt like ICE was rushed out. The guy be like, I promised this, so I'm gonna do it, and he rushes it out, and I'm going, you gotta have a bit more time to iron out the edges. I think it's a good idea. In principle, it's a good idea, but it's not being done properly in practice. I think it's probably the best way that I can put it. And it's a shame because, yes, there probably are some illegal immigrants who are doing some bad shit in America that need to be removed. I'm not saying that it's not the case. I really do believe that that is the case. But how they're doing it doesn't work, and it has to be redone. You know, so I'm just hoping that, and I doubt it because this is America at the end of the day, that there can be a resolution. As far as I can tell, it's not going to happen, right? Because Trump backed the ICE agents. Of course, the chick, I can't remember her fucking name, who is the head of the ICE agents, Christine. I think her name is Christine something.
I do not know.
I don't know her name. Yeah. Anyways, you know that they're backing the ICE agents. I'm like seeing regardless if she was trying to run him over or not, you've done some bad shit already. You have detained some Americans already and sent Americans somewhere else rather than where they're supposed to live, and you're not taking responsibility for it. And I think that has to change. I think at the end of the day, I'm sorry, if I'm an ICE agent and I got the president of the United States telling me that I can do whatever the fuck I want, I'm power tripping, yo. I'm power tripping. Anyone who did me wrong, I'm coming for you. You're the first person I'm coming for. You know? So it's like, to have that is not good. It's not good. And I get it. Fine. Run him over or not, whatever. But I stand by what the mayor of Minnesota said. Get the fuck out. I stand by him. Because, again, I think they have to go back to the drawing board in ICE, sit down, and figure out a better constitutional way of dealing with this issue. Because this is not the way to do it. It's not the way. At all. And I think if we continue down this path, there's going to be a civil war.
Well, that's the thing. I think, if anything, the biggest problem is these aggressive people making the job a lot harder. Because that's what happens 100%. In the situations. They're trying to do a job, and they're being yelled at, antagonized, even hit while they're trying to do it. And that's when accidents happen. People get, emotions get flared, and people get killed. Yeah.
So it's like, I think they need to retreat, figure out a better constitutional way to deal with this. Almost be like, maybe put a letter. Hey, you have 7 days to come to our office because we suspect you might be an illegal immigrant. Please have your papers ready. In 7 days, if you do not show up, we will find you and take you in by force. That, I feel, could be an easier way. You're giving the person time to get their stuff in order. And you know what? It could be a fear tactic. What if they say, "Oh shit, they think I'm illegal. I gotta get the fuck out." You know, they might just leave on their own. And if they don't in 7 days.
That's the thing, though, Jamal. They're gonna leave, but they're not gonna leave the country.
Well, like, I'm hoping that
this letter you're talking about, they're gonna get the letter and be like, "Oh shit, I'll just skip town." That's all they're gonna do.
So that if they skip, I mean,
they're still in the U.S. That's the problem.
I understand, but if you have like their information. And all the ICE agents
they're illegal.
are
they
aware.
Don't have their information. At least a lot of them.
I mean, they gotta have a credit card somewhere, unless they're running with just cash and no driver's license.
Well, isn't the idea that they came here for a better life because where they came from they didn't have credit cards and shit like that?
Yeah, so then you still want to apply, no? You still want to apply for that. You want to apply for a license, you want to apply for a credit card, you want to apply for...
That's what I always wondered, because for applying for that kind of thing,
Yeah.
you need basic credentials, but if you're coming here
Exactly.
legally, you probably don't have anything like that.
So then, again, see? So there you go. Even my plan of doing this, that's why I'm saying there's got to be...
You can't send them a letter.
Well, then regardless, they need to figure out a better way. They need to, I don't know if it's a matter of maybe instead of hiring every fucking John Doe on the street to be an ICE agent, have a proper interview process instead of claiming that they have a rigorous process, and then I'm reading on Reddit that that's nowhere near the case. Actually have a proper thing where you can, apparently the acceptance rate is like 98%. That's insane. It should not be that high. You know, like it should be closer to 50-60 where you're, you know, going, oh, you know what, you're a white supremacist, I don't think we should hire you, I don't think you're the right person for the job. You know, it's like that. That's what I mean. There should be a better process to where the people that are in charge of this area are respectable individuals who can be a cool head. Because you know what? If they're cool and they have a cool head, then maybe the protesters will start to also feel the same. Now, if that's not the case, the protesters are still angry, then I'm going to go, you know what? It's up to the protesters too to act in a peaceful way and demonstrate peacefully.
Mm-hmm.
But that can't happen if the other side's also being aggressive. And I've seen aggressive cases. I've seen aggressive cases of ICE agents being really aggressive to Americans.
Yeah,
you know?
Even in those kinds of videos, you need context. The number of times I've started watching clips where people are being aggressive, and I'm like, I don't know who to root for because I didn't see the beginning of the situation.
For sure, because you know sometimes you know that woman might be pushing them and hitting them, and then when they arrest them and they go, "Why didn't do anything wrong?" I'm like, okay, well then relax. Like,
they always say that. They always say
You
that.
know?
What did I do? It's
Yeah.
like you just hit me in the face. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why you're on the ground now. It's like, what do you mean? What I do?
I watched a video. It was I watched these compilations sometimes on TikTok. It's like pulling a woman off a plane because she's drunk, you know, and then they ask her kindly, "Could you please get off the plane?" And then when she hits the police officer, and then she gets dragged off, asking, "Why are you dragging me off the plane?" I'm going, well, you know. It's
That's
like,
gonna replay.
I know why. Yeah, it's like I know why. You hit a police officer, like you can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
So again, there has to be a retreat, and just kind of hopefully figure out a way to resolve this peacefully. But with social media and how things are going, I don't think so. And to kind of transition over to my next subject, I want to talk to you about a personal story, and this is another big issue that I think needs to be resolved. And I fear that if we're going in the wrong direction, it's only getting worse, and it makes me really, really worried for like when we have children, the generation below us. So I work for a karaoke company, and the guy that I work for is one of the nicest people.
Jamal,
This guy's
I swear,
a sweetheart.
Jamal, I swear, if you're about to say these kids can't sing, it's not that big of a deal.
No, not that. Don't worry, don't worry. So, in the contract that he has drafted up with the pub that I work at, we are allowed 3 free drinks. Me not drinking any alcohol. For me, they just say, listen, we'll give you a fry and we will charge you. Cool. But he
Cool.
wants a drink.
Ketchup.
With ketchup, yeah, of course.
Okay, thank God. Whew.
Yeah.
Had me on the edge
So-
of my seat for a second.
So basically, this guy he likes to have a drink though when he's working. No problem. So it was a busy night, but I feel that if you are the staff of the place, you would want the person that is working for you, that is bringing people in, that is getting people to get drinks. You would want to maybe prioritize that person a bit, you know. So he asked for a drink 6 times, and every time she kept going, the barmaid kept going, "Oh, I forgot, I got you. Oh, I forgot, I got you." But after the 4th time, "Oh, I forgot, I got you," do you really have me?
I don't
You
think
know?
you got shit.
I was like, I don't think you had me at that point. So what happened was that, you know, he got a little bit upset, which I understand. It's like, you know, after the 5th time you're asking for a drink and you're not getting it, I get a little upset too. He put his hand on her shoulder. That was it. Her shoulder, Patrick.
She
Keep that in
broke
mind,
down.
right? So, I didn't see him after that because it was Christmas and New Year's and I had a shit ton of gigs. No problem, whatever. I then saw him on January the last week and I was like, hey Danny, I'm coming to pick up the stuff. And I said, hey, listen, because I now know that you and me alternate, he does 1 week, I do 1 week. Do you mind if I do 2 weeks back to back and I needed the next week off? And he goes, yeah, about that. I go, okay, what does that mean? He's like, so I get a call from the upper management of the McKibben's pub that I got a complaint from 2 of the women staff that I had made them uncomfortable. And I'm like, what do you mean? Then he told me the whole story and I'm going, are you fucking for real? You put your hand on the shoulder. Like, you didn't grab her fucking tit or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So now he's not barred from the karaoke.
However, Jamal,
yeah.
if he put his hand on her shoulder, pulled her close and said, if you don't get me my fucking drink right fucking now,
exactly.
I am going to murder you.
You know? No, all you do is like put a hand on her shoulder. So it's like, it's one of those things where I'm going, I think now we've gotten to this point, and I've said it again, I'll say it over and over again, that this whole movement of women and men, it's gotten too far.
Well, I think in general, the younger generation is just too soft, and they've had no conflict like at all in their lives.
No, and to make matters worse, right? On something on TikTok, I see these things. So I was seeing a post, and it's so funny how this works, right? So same, very similar wording, but just the change between male and female. So a woman puts on a thing on whatever on TikTok saying in 2026, if the guy that I'm dating doesn't meet any of these requirements, I'm blocking him. Okay. I then proceed to read it. I'm gonna read you just not all, but just a couple of the items on this list, because some of these items, it makes no sense, right? So, under 6 foot, how can you control your height? You can't. That's
off the list.
So, cusses at me. Okay, fine.
Off the list.
Whatever.
Damn it.
No vehicle. Fine.
Oh,
No
I got
job.
that.
Fine.
I got that.
Not funny. Fine, I guess.
Jamal, am I funny?
You're pretty funny.
Back on the
Yeah.
list.
Yeah. Lies at least once.
Oh, fuck. Off the list.
Okay. Doesn't open doors.
What the fuck?
Too
How do you get from room to
insecure.
room?
Well, doesn't open doors for her.
Oh, okay. You gotta be specific. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like people are
Yeah.
trapped out here.
Makes me mad more than once.
Dude, women are
Not
always
good.
mad at people for no reason.
Not good with kids. Can't work on his own vehicle. Other girls in his phone. It's like stuff that is basically impossible.
Should just write breeds
so-
and then be done with it.
You know, it's like sit on that list where I'm going, this is ridiculous. Like, there's no fucking way someone could actually follow this whole list for sure. You know?
Yeah.
I saw a similar post. I didn't say that one. I saw a similar post where it was a guy, right? So going back to the girls thing, going back to the video on the girl, looking at the comments, reading this here, seeing here, like, what, my man's lucky to have me, or I'm trying to find. Well, a lot of these are actually guys, which is good. One guy said here, guys, look at the whole list. Half of them are actually fair cuts. Crazy. They're not. One woman wrote, my program this year is man comes to me in 2026, I'm cutting him. So you just want to complain about being single, but then if a guy approaches you, no, don't talk to me. Okay. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at some other comments here. I feel like that makes you mad more than once is a bit much. You think people should never get mad. And then the girl who then made this post replies and said, "You should always agree with me."
What?
Exactly, exactly. But the top comment, right? It goes, "And what do you have to offer?"
Oh yeah.
Right. And looking at some of the responses, the girl responds to this and goes, "Insecure boys are the funniest." Where is he being insecure? He's asking you a question, first of all. My favorite was the top response to his was, "And what do you have to offer?" And some guy said, "A headache."
Yeah,
Pretty
sounds like
fucking
it.
good.
It definitely
Yeah.
sounds like it.
Yeah. You know, and then one guy posted a, like, she goes, "When a son needs a mom." Like, it's so fucking tough. So then a guy posted something very similar, and all the girls are going, "Well, that's too fucking crazy. All the stuff that you're writing, like you're never gonna have a girlfriend forever. You're single forever." So I'm like, so he can't make a post about what he wants, but a girl, oh yeah, yeah, go get him, queen. Yeah, that's right. It's nuts. And I've seen some stuff like stuff my boyfriend does that would put a low or like a regular boyfriend in a coma. 9 times out of 10, when I see on those posts, it's he pays for everything. There's no fucking way I'm paying for everything. You have to be out of your fucking mind.
Hmm.
Like, I don't care who you are. I'm not paying for everything, and you pay for nothing. Who the fuck do you? Who are you? Who are you? You know? And then I read some of the comments on those, and they're going, "Well, what do you have to offer?" She goes, "I get to be in his life." Oh wow.
Exactly.
Thank God.
You get to be.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, thank God, I get to be with you. Oh, well, why did you just say so? It's nuts. It really is nuts how far we've gotten, how bad it's getting, and it's only getting worse. Like, I'm on Reddit, and I sometimes read, you know, either like nice girls or nice guys or just Tinder messages where it's like, man, it's just what people who are in a relationship reading this or listening to this podcast or read stuff. I understand why you don't want to leave anymore. I get it. Even girls who are in bad relationships, I get why you don't want to be single. It's fucking bad out there, dude. It's fucking garbage out there. Really ass.
Yeah.
So.
That's
Yeah.
why if my fiance, God forbid,
Yeah.
dies, or cheats, or just generally
Yeah.
leaves,
Yeah.
I'm going full bachelor. I'm gonna get a house out in the country, get a
Call it a day.
shotgun, and just rock on the front porch.
Yeah, call it a day.
I'm getting a pickup truck, by the way.
Yeah,
It's all planned out, really.
Yeah. No, because it's not worth the effort. Really not worth the effort. Continuing the subject on kids, the law that was passed in Quebec, as we both know and spoke about a lot, about the whole school phone ban,
Mhm.
has seen some improvement, and I'm happy to report that teachers have claimed that kids are re-engaging with each other in common spaces, and card games have become more popular in schools because it's easy to bring, and people are playing like different variations of card games. What card games I couldn't tell you, but hopefully not blackjack. But just different variations of the card games basically is what I've been hearing. So hopefully that continues in the right direction. I'm hoping.
That's good. I'm
But,
happy to hear that. For once, something
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah. Another positive thing was the hole that we have in the ozone layer that is over the Antarctica is the smallest that it's been since 2010. So the world is healing, which is good. Lastly, the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is going to China today to talk about trade. There is a chance, and this is going to be a little interesting, that the Chinese electric car company BFY, I think it's called.
I've never heard of them.
Yeah, because it's been pretty much. Let me find it. Chinese car company. So I want to talk about this company because I heard about this, BYD. BYD they're called. Build your dreams. It's called. this is a very interesting car company, right? Because it's very. If this car does get into the North American market, every other like electric car company that's being done over here is basically out of a job, because they are so much cheaper than the Teslas that are made over here and any electric other car company that you want to talk about that is done over here in Canada and North America. But basically, from what I heard, I think they said it's about like $15,000.
What?
How much was your car? Yeah,
More
exactly.
than that.
How much? Exactly my point. So I'm going. If that is the case, if I check in BYD cost per car. Yes, starting under 10K in China to luxury SUVs, with popular models like the Atto 3 in Australia starting around 40K. The plug-in hybrids begin under 20K in some regions. So the BYD Seagull, which is the smallest car, is only, get this, at the max $10,000, right? The BYD Dolphin, the affordable EV with versions priced around 14K. The Atto 3, this is in Australia, is $40,000 in Australian currency. And then the more expensive ones are like 154,000, 158,000. But it is cheap as hell, Patrick, to make these cars.
If we get those imported, they are done.
So this is exactly, they get imported to Canada. Any electric car company is fucking finished, because no one's gonna want to buy them. So this is the big thing, because of course Ford, being one of the strongest advocates against Trump, is not unfortunately, but is siding with Trump in the sense that he's saying no, don't bring them over here. But Carney is stuck in a rock and a hard place, because he has to give China something to remove the tariffs on canola. Because our biggest export of canola is to China. So it's gonna be very interesting. I don't know what he does. I'm not sure if maybe they can slap a tariff onto the cars to where it's still competitive. But it's going to, regardless, it's going to force electric cars to be cheaper. They're gonna have no choice. So it's gonna be very interesting. We're gonna see. I'm curious.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So BYD, keep an eye out for BYD.
Now I got.
Did you have anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you have?
You know, what is the most valuable thing in life, Jamal?
It's a lot of things, to be honest, but I don't know.
Well, you're wrong.
You're.
It's time.
Okay.
So.
Time. Yeah.
Because you can't get time, no matter what.
Yeah. You can't. You can't.
So when you say to me, you should totally watch the last season of You. And then I spend, 8 hours of my life watching that one of the worst endings to a TV show I have ever seen. And I have seen season 8 of Game of Thrones. That's was
crazy.
Probably worse, actually.
So you didn't like it?
Every episode, Joe progressively got dumber, lazier, and got outperformed by a chick.
Well, I mean, we knew that the show we knew the show was gonna end. We knew that.
No, I don't have a problem with the show ending in general. I just, dude, when he's doing his,
you want him to get away?
Not necessarily. I'll get there. I didn't have a problem with that. But when he's doing his sneaky thing, like he does it throughout the entire series, he's cold, calculated, he gets the job done, right? In this season, every time he tries to do anything, he's fucking tripping over shit, making mistakes he wouldn't otherwise make, or he doesn't notice anything. He only realizes shit when it's revealed to him, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't think of that." And it's like, Joe, you're always so calculated. Why are you being retarded right now?
Okay.
Every turn. And the whole Bronte thing? How the fuck weren't you sus from the start? And then the way she flip-flops back and forth, I love him, I don't love him, I love him. I don't love him. I'm gonna kill him. Like, what? So,
Okay, all right.
You bitch!
Okay.
What a frustrating show. Holy fuck.
Okay. Oh, wow. Wow.
And the wife! Dude, the wife! I need you to kill this guy for me. I can't believe you killed him! Oh my god!
So, for me, I look at it like this. If you, what I liked about you, what I liked about the show in general was the fact that I felt like it was one of the few times where the villain or the evil or the main character was doing things that was not out of the realm of Hollywood, like pretty realistic for most of it. You know, like how he found Beck and all that stuff, and how he tracked her down and all that. So I could see a regular insane person doing these things to where it looks believable. You know, like I'm like, oh, you know what? This makes a lot of sense. I can see him like doing that. Would you not think? Follow me for a second. Would you not think in a show like You, if we were to put it into real life, Joe has gotten away with murder multiple times? Do you not at some point get a little cocky?
You could.
Because if you look at it, right, when he marries Kate, now he's got the one thing that he always lacked: money, right? Now he has the whole money situation to where now it's much easier to do what he has to do and make it go away, basically, right? Now, I think Kate, being the last wife or lover that Joe has after Bronte, she's an interesting character because I think it's one of the few times where she also is a murderer. If you really think about it, she's just as bad as Joe. I think it's just she does not show it the way that Love did, where it's more public. She was more quiet about how she did her killings. And with Bronte, I think again it's one of those things with Joe where yeah, she does flip flop. I will admit that part I found weird.
I thought that was
I would have
insane.
liked it.
Dude, the end, she's like, I love him, but then she talks to the black chick for like a few sentences, and she's like, no, he's evil, he must die. And it's like, just like that? Okay.
I think, but if you look at it, right, she was already like pretending to like him at the beginning, right? And I think it's
yeah, but
one
then
of those
it became
things
real. It became real.
yeah, exactly.
That classic
because,
story arc.
Exactly, and I think if you think about it, that is a really interesting situation. But like I said, look at the last episode. Cause I watched. He has a podcast. I'm not sure if you knew about this. Joseph has a podcast.
Okay.
Where he actually brought in the director to show and they talk about the last episode in much more details, obviously, than what you see in the show. But I think, did I like how it ended exactly where he's in jail? I'm like, yeah and no. I didn't want him to die. I like the fact that like he didn't die, and I like how he gets those mail of women who go like, I believe you and I want you to fuck me and I fucking want all that stuff. Like I truly believe like that part is so fucking real. If you think about the guy there who shot the healthcare guy in America, Luigi, whatever the fuck his name was.
Oh, well, even Ted Bundy was getting fan mail.
Ted Bundy,
like that,
so it's like I think that part's super realistic too. And if you think about it, yeah, okay, Joe could have been more careful. 1,000%. Yeah, I think there was a point where I'm going like, come on, Joe, like really, buddy, like, are we really gonna go for that?
Yeah.
But I do also think that Bronte was just a woman. If I'm being honest, she was just a woman, who had a goal and then fell for the guy. Honestly, I really think that's really what it was at the end of the day. If you think about it, Love was kind of the same way, and so was Beck. That they didn't really like him at first, and then he finds a way to spin it to where they do fall in love with him.
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with that. It's just the fact that she literally sees him kill someone in front of her, and she still defends him, says, "Oh, it was self-defense," but then, like I said, one sentence just undoes that. Like, okay.
Well, I think it's that seed of doubt, and like Marianne coming back is a crazy twist.
I forgot she existed. Not gonna
Me
lie.
too. Me too. And like when seeing her, I'm like, because at first when the trailer was cut, I'm going, like, who the fuck they're gonna bring back? I'm going, Beck is definitely dead. There's no way she can bring her back, and I'm going, the chick before Beck, Bunny or the fuck her name was, the one who dates the guy there, not Will, 40. Love kills her, so I'm going, who the fuck is left who isn't dead? And I was like, oh yeah, Marianne, that's true. Again, with Marianne, I think even that situation, I think if anything, Marianne should also be in trouble. I think she should also be in jail. Because she goes for it in that season. If you think about it, she does go, she maybe at the end has cold feet and goes like, oh, like I shouldn't be doing this, but then does make out with him and does start to fall for Joe also. You know, if I think if you look at the bigger picture, I really think it's just women being women. Women being women going like all like. Well, think about it, like oh like I hate him, and then you start to get like oh actually no he's actually like I really like him a lot. I think I'm in love with him. And then one other girl tells you otherwise, and they go, actually, no, I'm gonna kill him. And they, I don't know. I think it's like that's women sometimes.
Nah, that just sounds like cope for bad writing. Like, yeah, it was bad, but women. It's like what?
But I mean, again, if you look, remember it's based off a book, and they went off.
Oh, I'm reading that book, not after that ending.
Well, no, because the ending's completely different. Because again, if you watch, I can't remember the episode. I can send it to you of Joe's podcast where they talk about it. He does claim. I remember him saying that they do go off a bit off the book. I think it ends differently in the book.
Okay.
So if you're interested in that,
but I feel like they completely destroyed his character slowly and methodically, and then at the end having him rewrite Gwen's book. When he's literally on his knees naked, and then she shoots him in the dick, and I was like, yeah, so you're just assassinating a character that I liked. That's not okay with me.
I mean, the book part is interesting. I think that's like Bronte's like way of doing Beck justice.
Well, no, I got that.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it.
Well, why would you not like it though?
Well, first of all, I don't like the trope where they just essentially do callbacks to the first season. To like, oh, it's bookended because it has to do with the first season. I'm like, your story should develop over time and have a natural conclusion. You shouldn't have to rely on the beginning of the series to close it out, you know? Like, you didn't need to bring Gwen and her book back. You don't have to do that. And they didn't have to have flashbacks and all. And I don't like that kind of thing, first of all. But if it's done well, I can live with it.
But yeah, but they need that fight because then how do you tie in Bronte?
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to. You're not obligated.
But if you don't, so then if you don't but the thing is that you need to always. Joe always needs to find someone else. He always falls out of love with every girl that he's been with,
yeah.
Kate included, right? He has to find a new love interest. So there has to be a new girl, right? So how do you bring one last girl in to end the show off? Because if you were to bring in like any other random chick that Joe falls for, then the show's a never-ending situation where it's always going to be.
Because you can still have Bronte as a character. I just don't think she needs to be connected to Beck. You know, she doesn't have to.
So you bring Bronte in with was the sole purpose of taking Joe down just because he wants to take Joe down? And I know like she had the characters I didn't like were Bronte's friends, the girls that she was working with.
Those two
pissed me off.
Dude, okay, I didn't like them from the start, but then when their friend gets killed in front of all of them and none of them really react and they just act like, oh, it's just another Tuesday. I was like, what? You guys should be traumatized, like destroyed. You just saw someone get murdered, someone you spend time with often planning this thing, and you just don't give a fuck.
Like, that part I didn't really get because I didn't. Again, yeah, okay, fine. You're having your little subreddit of, oh, we know that Joel Goldberg is guilty and we're gonna prove it, fine. But just how they are portrayed in the show, it disappointed me because I was like, oh, here we go with the whole woke movement. Because of course you gotta have a lesbian, and you gotta have one with short hair who looks butch. It's like not needed. It just could be two white women, blonde hair, blue eyes, who believe that Joe did the crime, and it would be just as fine. In fact, it probably would have been better. Because they probably could have pretended to like Joe, and then fucking get him to spill his dirtiest secrets and having a camera somewhere and then have him arrested. You know? So it's like that part I didn't enjoy. I liked Bronte. I disagree with you on that part. I liked Bronte as a character because I think having to hear her inside thoughts during the last 2 episodes was really revealing to hear how she was fighting.
That's okay. I was literally just about to say I actually liked her character too, except for the last 2 episodes. But when they do the big reveal, I'm like, no.
I like the fact that she was fighting herself. I like that. Well, fighting herself in the sense of falling for Joe.
Okay, so,
I enjoyed
see,
that.
I don't mind that as a concept. It's just how it turns out. She's just convinced by a sentence from a woman she just met, pretty much.
You know what though? It's like, you know, Joe's a murderer. We all know that. We all know that. Bronte knows that. For her to show up to tell you, why would you not take her word? Like, it's like, for example, if you knew someone who went to jail many times, and then he gets out, right, and starts doing some shady shit, and then you meet someone who goes, by the way, that person killed someone, would you not believe them? Would you not have a doubt in your mind? Go, you know what? You might be right. Maybe they did murder that person because they went to jail before. So if someone comes up to you and tells you, hey, that guy Joe Goldberg that you're dealing, who's convicted for murder, and you have proof because he killed someone in front of you, so he has the capability to do that, killed my ex-husband, get away from him, I would do it.
Even if you're saying that situation could be believable, like, okay, I'll give you that for the sake of the argument, it's not satisfying to watch at all. It'd be like watching a murder mystery, and then some random character on the side is like, hey, by the way, here's this piece of information that leads you directly to the killer. You're like, I guess that's a possibility. I guess that could happen. But now I don't give a fuck about the mystery. You know? It's like it deflates all your interest because it's like, oh, you can just flip flop like that. You know?
Is it because you knew how it was gonna end? Was that why?
No, it was just that moment. I would understand her determining like, oh, he's bad, he needs to be put away or killed. That makes sense. It's just the way it happened. Because her going out of her way, she just saw him murder someone in front of her. It's on camera. Yeah. But the only reason he gets away from it is because she says, oh, it was self-defense. Yeah. But then, one sentence, that's all gone. I'm like, you saw him murder someone. How does someone getting murdered not outweigh being told something, you know?
Now, could it also maybe be, because, you know, again, we'll never know. Could it also maybe be the fact that maybe she wanted the fame for herself?
Did she get famous at the end? Because from what I understand, she republished Beck's book, but not with her name on it or anything.
Well, not only that, but then she also opens the bookstore.
She reopens famous though. And how the fuck did she open the bookstore?
She opens it. You didn't see in the last couple of. I know there's a part where she's opening the old Mooney's old bookstore. And she has all these clients and stuff like that, and has like.
How does she get the bookstore? How the fuck does that happen?
That I couldn't tell you, but I look at it in the sense that
it would have all been in Kate's name, right?
I don't know if it's in Kate's name because, or you know what? Then Kate probably knowing that she did it, she probably gifted her the bookstore.
You know, nah, here, good job. Kate wouldn't do that. That's fucking weird.
Probably she would have because she wanted Joe dead too.
Ugh.
Or put away.
Nah, see that's the thing though, because like the show, like Joe is a, what do you call that? He's a protagonist who's villainous. What do you call that? Fuck, anti-hero. Joe's an anti-hero, right? Anti-hero, yeah. So he does bad things, but you still root for him because he's the main character. This season, it's just shitting on him constantly. And you can have an anti-hero go down in a very ceremonious way where it's still honorable for them. Like, I don't know if you've seen Breaking Bad, but the ending to that, chef's kiss. Perfect.
Yeah.
Excellently done. Anti-hero gets what he deserves, but it's very satisfying. In this, it's just, he gets what he deserves, but he's not who you remember him being. He didn't act as himself.
Yeah, but...
He was dumbed down.
But,
he was overpowered, outthought, outwitted every turn. And you're just like, I don't like this guy anymore.
I mean,
it's not who he was, and there's no good reason for it.
A couple of times, I think a couple of times he definitely had the upper hand here and there. I think for Joe in this season, it was really concentrated around Henry, and I think that's like another moment, right? I think he wanted to prove that he could be a better father than what he was raised up to be. You know?
Oh my god.
And
sorry. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, because I think Henry's also a very big part of this. Because Henry's, you know, that one scene where Henry goes like, "You're the monster," like that's a big scene. That's a big moment.
Yeah.
For Joe, and I think at that point, Joe just kind of go, you know what? Fuck it. All bets are off. I'm killing everybody. Because like I think for him that was the only thing that really mattered. At the end of the day, did Joe get outwitted? Again, your day was Kate. Kate has a lot of money.
Yeah, but Jamal,
a lot of ties.
Jamal, it's not just Kate, dude. When he goes to abduct one of the sisters, she kicks his ass hard.
Yes, he did. Okay, but
oh
she said
my
that.
god, I could not believe that scene. Oh.
But didn't she say like I take classes for something?
Yeah, there's this throwaway line. It's not like Joe's been, taking care of people all the time, dudes even. But no,
yeah, but
this chick who weighs 120 pounds is gonna kick his ass.
But also in those fights, does Joe not also get severely damaged? Yeah, how many fights of men did he win where it was like no contest? I think the only one that was no contest was the drunk guy, Paco's stepdad. I think that was the only fight where it was like basically no contest that Joe like just got him clean. Every other guy that he's fought was tooth and nail. Like he didn't have an easy time. He didn't have an easy time versus Peach. He didn't have an easy time versus not 40. Well, 40 he got lucky. Like Joe isn't the strongest guy. How many people does he really kill that are men? He kills the very first girlfriend's pimp, the black guy, but he pushes him off a ledge. He gets lucky there. He fights Paco's stepdad, wins that fight pretty convincingly. I'll give him that one. In season 4, when he's out hunting in the woods with all those rich people, he barely gets away. Like, he had to fight tooth and nail for that fight, if you think about it. So, I wouldn't put it by him that he got beat up by her. He still wins. He just... really think about it. He gets lucky a lot.
The way he won was... Doesn't he throw something at her head or something? Or no, he just runs up behind her and hits her on the head. Something like that.
Yeah, well, there you go. Like, he isn't... I don't know where you're getting the fact that he got outplayed by
no, dude,
by
he got
her.
His ass kicked, and she was making fun of him during the fight. I knew you were always weird. I was like, what the fuck is happening
it was pretty funny.
Now?
But
Stuff like
again,
that, it just, for me, it ruins the character, because he's always been kind of like menacing, predatory over his victims. But in this season, it just felt like every turn they were just making fun of him, undermining him, demeaning him, and at the end he gets shot in the dick. And the thing that made me go oh yeah, that the fucking ending where he's drowning Bronte. Man has strangled so many people. I think he would know when the person's faking it or not at this point. I guess,
yeah, maybe that one. But I don't know, man. I think for me, if I'm in Joe's situation, I'm so fucking frazzled at that point. Like, are you really thinking straight at that point? Your son just said that he wants nothing to do with you.
He should be filled with anger. She should be her neck should be broken.
Yeah, but I think also for him, he wanted to make a point of how he killed, which is weird because I don't think he didn't kill Beck with water. I think he just killed her. I think he killed her with water.
I don't remember actually. It's been so long.
Side note: I found this very funny in the podcast. You know how small that pond was, where they found the house. They're like the pond was like ridiculously small. Like It was so hard to like film like those water shots. But I don't know. I think for me, you're frazzled. I think you're frazzled, and you're just trying your best to like get out of a bad situation. The cops are on their way. You're just trying to. I think your body's in survival mode at that point. Granted, are you not also filled with rage? Yeah, probably. I think you probably just would have snapped their neck. It would have been easier for sure. But the show had an ending. If you want to put a little bit of Hollywood in there, fine. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit of Hollywood. But for it to be that bad, I don't think it was that bad. For the reasoning that like you're bringing up, you're dealing with a multi-millionaire woman who wants nothing to do with you and is cutting you off at every corner. You have another woman who you don't know is secretly working against you. Your kid doesn't like you.
Oh,
Your
wow.
only true ally was Will Bellingham in the fucking other end of the world. It's like
And-
I
yeah.
don't find it hard to believe that that's how it could have ended.
No, that's what the way it ended. I don't necessarily have a problem. It's just all these details that just add up and just ruin it for me. Like,
I think
I
it's
can understand you
because-
saying, "Oh, it doesn't bother me, so it's fine." Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Maybe I'm nitpicking a bit. However, one other gripe. I gotta get this off my chat. It's so
Yeah.
annoying. The show kept introducing ideas that were interesting, and then ending them, like the next scene.
What do you mean?
The biggest one for me was the idea of swapping the sisters. I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun, gonna be very interesting plotline throughout the season. It's
Okay.
It's like ignored, and then it's resolved. Like,
Well, I mean, it's
so
it's
quickly,
brought,
and I'm
it's
like, you
brought
just
up
skipped
it's
out
brought up a
something so
couple of times.
satisfying. No, it's like they talk about it, but you know the boardroom scene where she has to be her
Yeah.
sister. That was
Yeah.
great. I wanted like more of that.
Yeah.
And then she goes into hiding, and then it's just revealed that she's the sister. And I'm like, well, all right, you could have done a lot more with that, but now it's over. Okay.
You definitely could have, yeah. But then at the same time, let's look at the sister, for example. She just killed her sister, one, and then she's definitely the dumber one, and just she can't handle that pressure. I just don't think she can handle the pressure.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, it would have been really interesting to watch her deteriorate in that way, but it just kept.
Oh, she deteriorated. I'm not sure if you saw that part. She fucking deteriorated quick.
Well, okay.
You know?
What I want more of like a progression in a way, you know, like have it be more of a
Okay.
have more effect on the overarching story. Because something like that
Well,
I
I
find
think
very
maybe then-
interesting, and I've never seen that before, where someone has to pretend to be someone else as an identical twin. I've never seen that
Yeah.
plotline before, so I found
it's
it
very
very
interesting, yeah.
intriguing. And so every
Well,
scene
then
they
I-
had with that, I was like, "This is great. I want to keep it going." But then you cut away
I
from
think-
that, it's ignored, and then it's resolved, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I think maybe then you would need more episodes. I think at that point, I think you could only fill up so much time. You have so much other things, so many other. Remember, because if you gotta also remember, this is the closing. You gotta tie up a shit ton of loose ends in 10 episodes.
I know, but like I said, you just
You know?
don't tie them with the first season, and you just freed
No.
up a full episode.
Yeah, I guess. Listen, they could have went in different directions for sure. I don't think it's as bad as the Game of Thrones ending.
Did you
You
watch?
know,
You didn't watch Game of Thrones. Don't lie.
I
to
didn't
me.
watch Game of Thrones.
How do you know then, Jamal? How do you know the
Well, what I'm
pain?
saying is because of just the general populace saying how bad it was. There's a lot of people who like the ending of You. So I'm saying, in the general populace, I don't think
Well,
it's
that's the
really
thing,
that
because
bad.
dude, when you told me the last season was out, I was like, "What?" I never heard of it. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to it from the fourth season.
I think it flew under the radar because I think there's like other. I think Squid Game was also around that time too. So I think like that
Okay,
also
Squid
kinda-
Game could definitely drown it out. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think it was around like the same time.
Okay.
The new show I actually just watched. I know you're not gonna like it, so I'm not even gonna tell you. Hey, you watch it. It's called Has Been Hotel.
Is that
It's a show on Prime.
Has Been Hotel?
It's animated. Animated.
Okay.
The guy who recommended me this is a guy who I never in a million years would have thought he would like musicals, because there are a couple of musical numbers in there. The plot is basically hell and heaven, and it's vulgar. There's a lot of there's sex and swear words all over the fucking place. Adam is a character that I fucking love. He's so fucking funny. He goes, It's me, Adam. Like, I am the guy. Everyone came from my dick. Like, my dick fucking rules, though. That shit fucking kill me.
What?
But basically, the show is that every year, heaven comes down to hell and slaughters as many people as they can because of the overpopulation in hell. And hell's daughter, Lucifer and Lilith's daughter, makes a hotel where she has the dream that sinners can be redeemed for their sins and be sent to heaven, basically. And Adam is in charge of running the execution, and basically what happens is that he gets pissed off and decides to run 2 executions instead of 1, and hell has to defend itself. And I find it's very interesting how it goes down. There's a lot of like little secret storylines underneath it. I think the character you would like the most is a character named God, I'm forgetting his fucking name right now. I'm drawing a goddamn blank. But he is the Lord of Radio, and how how radio has kind of like died a little bit.
Yeah.
So he is the person who runs it. Where is his fucking name? Not Lucifer. And there's a lot of good actors in this show too. A lot of them who can sing. Where is he? Like you have Keith David, Stephanie Baritz is in there, Kristen Borrell, Brandon Rogers.
I don't know any of these people.
You don't know it? Oh,
I don't recognize
know
any of the
some of them
names.
from. You have to look it up. I can't find this guy's fucking. Not Serpented Trolley. Maggie Vox, Killjoy, Lucifer. Lucifer's not Alistair. Is the radio demon, and that's played by Amir Talai. He was also in. I'm trying to see what else he was in besides Hazbin Hotel. He was in Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness. He was in what else was probably Legally Blonde 2 for some reason.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He was in what else is good? Some stuff in here I've never fucking heard of in my life. Homeland Security he was in.
Are you watching, or I guess you probably would have already. Are you watching any of Stranger Things?
I never got into it. I never
No?
even watched the first episode. So I know my mom watched it last week as she finished it, and she said it was pretty good.
I'm finishing it,
Was it good?
tomorrow.
Okay, yeah,
There's one episode left, and it's 2.5
Okay.
fucking hours.
Jesus
Ridiculous.
Christ.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so far, pretty disappointed.
Yeah?
I don't know if you saw the
I heard
memes
it.
that were circulating. The I don't
I
like
heard it
girls.
was- Yeah, I heard it wasn't very good. So
Yeah.
like Keith David, this guy I love his voice. He was in The Thing. He was in Coraline. He was in Rick and Morty. He was
that
in
be the-
Community.
Would that be
He's a
the
black guy.
Thing 2011?
No, 1982.
So he's old as fuck then.
Yeah, you know,
Oh,
he's
Keith
old,
David, the black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in
Yeah,
They
he-
Live. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in there. The girl who plays the main character, she's a great singer, really good singer. She's not in a whole lot of stuff. All she did was the Mean Girls musical, but really talented. I liked her a lot. The one I wanted to actually, now that I'm here, the one I wanted to look at was this girl, because I believe I've heard of her in. Yes, okay, I knew it. So there's a girl here, her name was Stephanie Baritz. She was in Big Mouth. And I'm like, I know I've heard this girl's voice before. She was in Big Mouth, Jurassic World, the Lego Movie, Zootopia, BoJackman, Encanto, Twisted Metal, Modern Family. What else is in here?
So it's a hell of a list.
Yeah, she's been her. I knew. I should have heard from the what? Fuck, I know this chick. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She was in there too. I knew it. I was like, I know this fucking girl, man. So she's in there too. She does a really good job. I'm not sure if you like it because there's a lot of musical numbers, but the musicals are they're not long. The episodes are only 30 minutes, and the musicals that I like about it is that it progresses the story. It's not a song just for a song. A lot of times the song progresses the story in it. Is what I liked, and it's vulgar. I like that too. I like the characters in Hell because, like one character, he's a porn star. I like how the character how they built him basically. I like how they do that. But I liked it. I thought I was very surprised because it's very rare for me to be liking stuff that is new. But this one definitely caught my eye. I thought they did a pretty good job.
Okay. Well, Jamal, this has been our longest episode ever, I think.
100%. Well, you know what though? It was the new year. We had been off for like 3-4 weeks, so it makes sense that it had been that long for us. So yeah. But I mean, besides that, we'll try and keep it back to our regular under an hour next week. But of course, we covered. But I gotta say, we covered a lot though.
Yeah, we got it done.
They did a pretty good job. Yeah. So with that being said, this was Flabbergasted by Audacity. I'm Jamal.
And I'm Patrick.
And we'll see you guys next time.
The decision rests with you. Rests with you.